What's up everybody, I'm Shade. Welcome back to Become a Legend, episode 19. And if you remember last episode, Sao Paulo had actually agreed on our purchase. So starting January 1st, 2014, so 2 months away, we actually will be joining Sao Paulo. But now, for the time being, we're still at Mrabspor, the team that mistreats us, that doesn't realize what star they are about to lose. But our team does concede a penalty in the very first minutes of the game. But lucky for them, our opponents were even dumber than they are, and they actually put it in the crossbar. And not much later, Cole gets his first goal for Mrabspor, and is gonna do that very agile celebration, and then a cocky little twist at the end. I like that celebration. That's why I picked it, because the way I see Cole is his attitude, his personality has changed since the whole deal with Mrabspor started, because he realizes now he doesn't let people walk all over him now. He doesn't need Mrabspor as much as they need him, because he got him in the Champions League, and now they're pretty much helpless, because every team, especially in the group that they have, every team is just going to walk all over him if Cole isn't there. But God, I hate missing one-on-ones. I don't know what it is, but apparently sometimes Cole puts away opportunities that are way harder than one-on-ones, and he cannot finish the actual easier looking ones. But that's alright, cause he does get goals eventually. And Exhibit A, what a little ding there. I love that finish. You know, and props to my teammate for actually seeing the pass. Good vision on his part, because I was going for the 1-2, but I didn't think that he was going to see me still, but he did, and that resulted in a goal. So nice. And then through the legs of my opponent, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty much addicted to the close control thingy, because it's so good. And that with fake shots and body feints and Ronaldo chops, or just chops, whatever, they're so good. They're really good. But that's Cole's third, I believe. That's Cole's hat trick. And he was not going to stop there, because a little bit later, a fake shot, and then going all the way, taking the powerful shot in the far corner. And that's Cole's fourth goal for Mrabspor in a game that every goal scored was Cole. And Sharp, that's a nice name right there. But yeah, still scoring for Mrabspor. I told you, it's not even for Mrabspor at the moment, it's just for Cole. He's not going to stay at a still point in his career. He's going to score goals. He's going to let the world see what kind of talent he is, even though they treat him like crap. They sub him when he's not having a good day, you know. And there we get a message that kinda disappointed me, because apparently we are not selected for the England team now. And I'm like, what? That was the only place that we could find peace at, with all of this Mrabspor drama going on, and England is not going to pick us now. That's bullshit. So pretty bummed about that, especially because they are in the group stages of the International Cup thing. But Cole does get one goal here, again with Mrabspor, and he does a celebration that it's not really part of our well, we can only select 2 celebrations in the creation screen, and that's neither of them, because as you remember, we have the Balotelli why always me, and then the agile one that you've seen a lot this episode, because apparently he's very selective with that one. Well, not select, that's actually the opposite of what I'm trying to say, but he does that one a lot, that's what I'm saying. And still Cole getting his shots, and actually getting some good passes in as well. He's not going to be a dick, even though they are being douchebags to him. But speaking of that, Exhibit A yet again, they sub him. So whatever, they do get a goal without him. And you know, I don't think they could win as many games as they do without Cole. Even though they score without him, they more often than not, they actually concede and lose without Cole. So that's just a fact. These are facts, people. But we do have a Champions League match against Valencia, and we definitely need a win against Valencia to actually have a chance to actually get through not to the group stages process. So Cole, of course, he doesn't have many goals in the Champions League, but apart from the international scenario, Champions League is also the place that Cole wants to be at. Even though it's with Ramspor, it's a team that, I'm going to say it again, he got in the Champions League by himself very much. So he does want to actually take advantage of that and actually perform in this awesome competition. But he did miss a one-on-one, and then he kept missing. He knew he was the man that had to actually score against this top team, and there, with the close dribbling, just making a mockery out of the defender, and then put it away nicely and smoothly and calmly. On top of everything, he was very calm on that one. So he does get a Champions League goal. I want to say it's the third Champions League goal for Cole. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that one. But they were really frustrated because they knew Cole was the main threat. So that's the kind of behavior they had around Cole. He wasn't going to let that bother him in any way. He knew he was the one that was actually going to do some damage to this team, and that he did. Look at that, just getting past a lot of defenders right there. And as I've said before, Browsport is pretty much a low team, and especially against these top teams in the Champions League, Cole kind of feels, even though he is mistreated by the club and doesn't really care that much about him, but he does feel like it's not about him, but it's up to him to actually do something. But they got a goal with Soldado with a through ball there, and they actually tied at 1-on-1, 1-1 in the 70th minute, and that didn't cancel Cole's goal because we're not losing yet. But Cole knew he had to do something about it, and he tried. Keeper was pretty much on top form though, so he know what to do. Try again, but oh, that was just veered off to the right. Unlucky Cole, but he does not let that get to him. He goes with a run and off the post in, and Cole is going to look at the fans of Ramspor, and he's going to give them the icy look, the icy celebration. That is why always me, to let them know that even though they mistreat him, and both the club and the fans and the players, he's not going to let that ruin his football. So suck it. But that's how it ended, 2-1, and we are third place in the group. I think we could actually go through the group stages. It's of course it is a tough thing to do now with losing 2 games or something like that. But I think it can be done. I don't really care that much about it, just because, of course, the quarterfinals are around February and March. So, and we are going to be at Sao Paulo in Brazil come January. So we won't be here to actually enjoy that UEFA Champions League competition more. So even if we don't get through, it's not that big of a deal. That's what I'm saying. But I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, do leave a like. If you can't be bothered, don't. I've been Shado. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.